Hi, I'm Tim, welcome to our channel, and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, please subscribe to our channel right here on YouTube, Watchbox Reviews, so I can deliver my best to your inbox every day. I'd also really appreciate it. And if you enjoy our watches, check them out on thewatchbox.com, where you can buy, trade, or sell 24 hours a day and see our entire collection of pre-owned and vintage timepieces. Thewatchbox.com, the internet's largest single-source repository of vintage and pre-owned luxury watches. Today we're discussing an Omega Speedmaster Professional Moonwatch. But not any Moonwatch. It's a Sapphire sandwich with a display case back and the highly finished caliber 1863, worthy of a Sapphire display port on its reversed side. Nevertheless, the watch does come with its privileges on the dial side, where you'll find a corresponding Sapphire, more scratch resistant than the Hesalite featured on the standard Moonwatch. It's a little bit of luxury watch refinement that an astronaut can't have. Now on my wrist, it's the same size that an astronaut would recognize, 42 millimeters across the round of the case, not counting chronograph pushers or crown. It's a little bit slimmer than the Hesalite capped Moonwatch, as it's 13.7 millimeters thick. It still has that dramatic overhang and outcropping of the Tachymeter Scale bezel, so it's going to get hung up on tight sleeves, but it'll fit underneath a jacket with ease. Lug to lug, traditional sizing, 48.5 millimeters if you want to wear it astronaut style on a strap. If you wear it on the bracelet, then the end links project beyond the end of the lugs and extend the watch to 53.9 millimeters horizontally across the wrist. And yet my 16 centimeter circumference wrist wears it well. I believe you could probably still wear this watch on a wrist as small as 14.5 centimeters in circumference, 14 if you wear it on a strap. The bracelet is handsome and solid. As you can see, simple but nicely executed combination. Let's get really close now because details matter, but a combination of high polish and majority satin finish. The polish acting almost like jewelry as an accent against the dominant satin finished tones of the bracelet. And as you can see, all sizable screws, or I should say sizable links, fitted and removed by screws rather than pins and sleeves. The Moonwatch has evolved over the years, even if the profile has remained identical. A clasp, twin trigger release. It's essentially a Seamaster 300 meter diver clasp without the fold out adjustment system for dive suits. And as you'll note, there is a micro adjust built in. For those of you with your strap tools, you can get precise sizing in excess of the margins available by removing links. Underneath, you can see plenty of channels to avoid pinching skin, pulling hair, or trapping heat, moisture, sweat, or grit against the wrist. Familiar case, satin finished flanks with polished bevels. This is the Moonwatch we know and love. Black anodized aluminum insert for the tachymeter scale allows you to quickly and easily time and gauge the speed of an object between two fixed points, such as beginning and end of a standing mile or the beginning and end of a standing kilometer. Classic matte black countersunk tri-register dial, all luminescent, super luminova. There will be a lume shot at the end of this video. And of course the timepiece featuring the oversized triangular index for easily tracing the arc of the chronograph seconds hand. Now the watch is distinctly different when you turn it over, and this is where the fun really starts. Movement snobs in general don't get too excited about cam operated Moonwatch iterations. 861 and 1861 are handsome, they're good enough to look at, but the solid caseback is worthwhile because they're not beauty queens. Caliber 1863, which is the 1861 with a higher level of finish and materials, is a bit of a beauty queen, and I'm going to see how close I can get because this one deserves every superlative I can muster. I was actually shocked by the level of finishing. I realized that there were going to be some refinements on the display caseback version of this movement. For instance, the chronograph break just underneath my finger is a Delrin or plastic component in a standard 1861. It's metal here, but what I didn't expect was the beautiful graining of the chronograph levers, as well as a level of mirror polished anglage on the edge of the bridges that completely caught me off balance. Either Omega has found an utterly stunning way to replicate hand-finished beveling and anglage with machines, or this is the real thing. It's quite impressive. Rounded, mirrored, anything but a simple sheer bevel with a machine or a mill. This is a genuinely good looking movement that's worthy of a loop. If you've got a loop and you buy this watch, put the two together, I guarantee a good time. You'll note that all the screw heads are polished, but it's the bridge work, it's the edge of the bridges and the jewel countersinks where this one really sets itself apart. Now otherwise, it's a known quantity. 18 jewels, manual wind. It has a big old balance beat weight, 21,600 vibrations per hour, lateral clutch with a cam system, and we'll actuate that so you can see it in operation, but it features a 45 to 48 hour power reserve when manually wound, and I can confirm that the winding action is a pleasure. It's a good one. So you see how the lateral clutch will move in and out. Now it's in contact. Watch the clutch draw away. Now it's stationary, and I'm going to reset, and you'll watch the levers of the chronograph act on the recentering heart cams at center. Just like that. That's the advantage of a manual wind caliber and a lateral clutch chronograph with the display case back. You get to see everything. This is a genuine piece of horological theater. You will not regret sparing yourself the purest of the pure Moonwatches and going for the Sapphire sandwich. This is a gorgeous watch front and back, but particularly on the backside. Caliber 1863 really took me by surprise and made an impression. A gorgeous watch, an all-time classic, and possibly the most interesting terrestrial version of the Moonwatch. You can see and you can purchase this one on the watch box. And we're back with the Sapphire Sandwich, the Speedmaster Professional Moonwatch with display caseback. Of course, standard lume shot in the dark. It is a full-service sports watch. It's got a chronograph. It's steel. It's on a bracelet. It is beautifully lumed, and with 50 meters water resistance, a number I take particularly seriously considering it comes from Omega. It's suitable for surface aquatic activities, but it's no Seamaster. Nevertheless, this is Omega's flagship and its all-timer. See it by the light of day, including its display caseback on the watch box.